concept behind this game is self-defense, frankly. The people in charge, elite, our rulers, our leaders, um, they're putting fluoride in our water, and GMOs are causing cancer and crop failures, and the list just goes on and on. The cancer industry, all the different things to where they are blatantly killing us. The chemtrails with the aluminum particulate and barium, it's in our food, our water, our air, our soil, all the deep secrets they keep from us. And so this game is about that. A vigilante, he's not a hero, a good guy anyway. It's like the Punisher, I guess. And he considers it self-defense. He's saving everyone from the chemtrails, from the Fukushima radiation, from everything they're doing, all of the man-made pathogens. And so this game, as you can see, the demo here shows he does a lot of killing, a lot of stealth. He creeps around from rooftop to rooftop. He's a Punisher type, but he's very high tech. This also involves time travel, CERN, HARP. There are different levels. Some of the levels are named HARP, CERN, and we have a GMO level where he's blowing up GMO trucks. He's blowing up chemtrail planes, shooting corrupt bankers. This is not a nice guy. And then he has companion, Zahara. She's from the future. She doesn't like how her future turned out, so she's here helping him prevent the world from going that direction. Our leaders worship Satan and all sorts of devil worship. They're trying to open black holes, and this is what they say. They're opening black holes. They hope to put something in. They hope something comes out. They want to open portals to other dimensions, all sorts of things that they really shouldn't be doing, and it changes everything. So again, Leon Brotherman, he considers it his job to get these satanic, devil-worshipping world leaders to stop what they're doing. They're mixing science and Satan worship, and he's high-tech, though. I mean, like in this scene, well, one of the scenes you'll see him, he gets hit with lasers. He has a force shield. This happens after Zahara takes him to the future. At first, he starts out with our level of tech, and once they get close, she takes him to the future, and he meets her mentor and her weaponeer, as it were, Triforce. And from there, he gives Leon special gauntlets and other tech to come back into the past and really put in work. These characters would be, you have to unlock Triforce's character to be able to play it, and Zahara's character. There'll be non-playable characters that will appear throughout the game, though. Lazy will have multiple outfits and gear and an in-game store. You can buy various weapons and outfits. He's got various models of him with braids, without, other things. All of these, people have to attain a certain level in the game to be able to unlock or just purchase these items, or watch our in-game advertising, and that gets us paid. And if they watch, I don't know, give them 3 videos they have to look at. They're all 5 to 15 seconds long, and they can get something unlocked. So we have a lot of incentives for people to look at our videos and get us paid, or just purchase the items outright. Plus, we can sell things in the game like music, and anything we want. Oh yeah, he just got hit by a laser here, and his force shield's up, and he can redirect pretty much anything directed against him. We're still working things out on that, but it's pretty hot. And at the same time, he can hack computers and technology, all sorts of access panels and automated devices and turrets and weapon systems. He can hack them and make them fight each other. He can hack closed circuit TV cameras and see what's going on or redirect them. He can take the lasers that they use for detection that set off alarms. He can redirect those beams to where he doesn't break beams as far as set off alarms and whatnot. He can negate gravity. The some of the abilities in his gauntlets that Triforce equips him with. He can suspend gravity around him, and that's including anything around him. So his vehicles, he drives straight up the side of skyscrapers to get right to the top of the most evil companies. Um, the one of the big companies is Monsatan. Oh yeah, then he also has to travel to the future. He has to travel to the past. He has to even go and find the ruins of Atlantis to get some a particular ancient power source that the elite have been coveting. They basically are trying to create antimatter, which you really can't create. It destroys all matter that it comes in contact with. And so they can create small amounts of it, but they can't contain it. And they've heard of an ancient Atlantean way. They had a higher technology than we did. They used dark matter to contain antimatter, and it worked. And so now Lazy has to, Leon Brotherman has to get this power source, this object that they want to use to open dimensions, get it before they do. And so he has to travel undersea and find the ruins of Atlantis, of where this thing is. And it gets deep. Lord. Demographically, this is a black game with a black star, black characters, black celebs, black music, by a black developer, black animators, black programmers. It's all an entire black endeavor. So that gives us a built-in black, demographic, built-in audience, core audience. They like us when we do our own thing about us, with us featured in it. So we've got a built-in black demographic, but then we also have the conspiracy audience. We have gamers. Triforce is just took a world championship about not a month ago, and he's been in the Guinness Book World Records at least 8 times. His team, his tournament, video game tournament team is the most winningest team in history, and it's in the Guinness Book of World Records. And so he's one of the characters in the game. He brings that demographic, and he brings his endorsement, and makes us a legitimate video game in the eyes of the serious gamers. So we get them as well, but we get the conspiracy crowd as well. We get Bone Thugs fans. We get Lazy Bone fans as well. So I mean, this has got a lot of built-in demographics, and it's only going to become more trendy because more conspiracies are going down, and we're going to cover as many as we can. Okay, here if in the video he had to swim and find the Oracle, it's a mermaid, and she will tell her tale of Atlantis and its glory and greatness and its fall and what happened. And she's warning him to not let the elites do this again, because mankind has a tendency of wiping itself out over and over again. So she's trying to explain to him what he needs to know and where to find this artifact and what to do with it so they don't get their hands on it. So I had a lot of fun doing this level. It looks like Disney to me. And in the playable demo that we're still working on, all these details have not been worked out. In fact, what you see is what's been worked out. There's a lot of gameplay we need to add. We spent a lot of time building the sets. They're in. Oh, speaking of which, we also speak of giants, the giants in the earth mentioned in the Bible, in the Book of Enoch, and elsewhere. The bones they find and hide in the Vatican and the Smithsonian. We also have a Vatican level, sub-basement Vatican level, where all the secrets are hidden. And got reptilians down there. We've got Hollow Earth levels. Again, we got more reptilians. We've got the world leader cloning labs. You get to see some clone Obamas floating in tanks. There's a couple of reptilian Obama hybrids in there too. Another level, HARP level, you get to blow up the HARP installation. Um, it just goes on and on. You run into Sasquatch. You fight at first, but on subsequent levels, he's your buddy.
A video
Anyway,
game
enjoy. It's coming soon.
meant for all platforms, coming out of the Unity engine. That can deploy to every device known to man. So we make the game once, and then we end up with, I don't know, 15, 20 different products, going from Windows devices to Apple devices to all the other various devices. We can even output to iMacs. So now the series will be an animated series that follows the video game. It will be the only and first and only video game that or animated series. We're going to use the same set. The same sets you're seeing, the same models will be the same ones that are in the series. So someone can watch the animated series or animated movie and then move right from there to their Xbox, and it will be a seamless transition. They will be in there. They will be playing with the actual models that they watched in the animated series. This is going to be, we've already got the second and third installments in development. It's going to be a lot like James Bond in the sense that just book after book after book after book, roll the ball, man with the golden gun, this one, that one. It's going to be CitizenX. This one is CitizenX Zeitgeist. The next one, I won't disclose what the title is, but we have at least 3 more that are in the works, in the planning. And we fully intend to make a full cosmology of this on the order of, say, a Star Trek, where 30 years later, someone else can come up to our work and use our characters the way like Star Trek. You can come up today and you have to work in their cosmology. You have to take the Klingons and the Kardashians or whatever they are, and the Vulcans and everybody, the Starfleet, all these different things, constants that are there, but you can bring in new characters, and it lives forever. And Citizen X is being written that way. I'm a Star Trek fan from the 60s, and I loved how that franchise worked. I like things that are evergreen. So the Citizen X will be evergreen because the elite will always be perpetrating things upon the populace, so the populace will always find conspiracies interesting. And at this point, conspiracies are mainstream. We have a governor, Jesse Ventura, had his conspiracy theory. He got so deep with it, they finally had to pull him off. He went to the HARP installation, all kinds of things. So, I mean, conspiracies are as mainstream as it gets. False flag events, crisis actors, all of that. So we will always have fresh content, fresh and pertinent and emotionally charged content. The name of this first one is CitizenX Zeitgeist. Zeitgeist being German for spirit of the times. The game and the series, this first installment covers what's going on right now. So we're talking all the various bombings and massacres, all the false flag events, all the various pathogens being unleashed upon us, all this stuff that's going on, the chemtrails, everything. So the game and the series will cover all the machinations of the elite, all the evildoers doing evil. But it will also have collectibles. We've already got the dolls are ready to be printed for collectibles. We plan to work the hell out of Comic-Con. There's also a comic book that comes with this, and that's because we'll be using scenes from the actual series. When you see the animated series, we're just going to take stills from there and put word balloons on it, like comic book style, And that's where our frames of art will be coming from. Again, it will be the actual characters that they watched in the animated series, the actual characters, the same characters that they play in the video game, and then they pick up the comic book, the art, the very panels that they're seeing will be screen captures, quite frankly. So it will be the first totally seamless experience, and then it goes all the way up to and including VR and AR. VR is with the goggles on, and they'll be inside of Leon Brotherman's world, CitizenX's world. He's on in chemtrail planes, blowing them up, all sorts of things, and they're in there with them. AR is like Pokemon Go. It brings Leon out into this world, and we have AR planned. Again, Unity will deploy AR and VR. It deploys on any platform known to man. And we will be deploying on all of them. So that we will get a lot of products for the initial effort of making one game. It will port out to at least 15 different things, including VR and AR with minor adjustments. But nothing has to be remade, and what's more, it keeps the experience more seamless. Let's see, is there anything else I want to add to that? Well, here we're looking at them. Okay, here's the subway level, and you can see that they're living in an Orwellian society. Big Brother, heavy on taxes, gold confiscation centers, indoctrination centers, rooftop sniping zones. We've got a Jade Helm level. We have two Jade Helm levels in regards to the military occupation of American cities. Rooftop sniper zones. Well, Citizen X, if he catches you up on a rooftop, he's going to kill you. He feels the Rothschilds and the George Bush and everyone that catches all the bad press. They're not actually killing anybody. They're not the ones flying the chemtrail planes. They're not the ones firing up CERN and opening black holes. They're not the ones putting fluoride in the public drinking supply, or putting Monsanto's Frankenfoods in the supermarkets. No, these are regular citizens. Our neighbors take these jobs. They put fluoride in our water at the water treatment plants. It poisons all of us. Fluoride is one of the most cancerous, carcinogenic substances known to man. And they've known about this since the 40s or something. And so this is murder. So Leon is doing self-defense. If you are a part of putting fluoride in the drinking supply of human beings, it is self-defense for him to shoot you, simply. If you're flying the chemtrail planes, it is self-defense to shoot you. That's what Leon believes. And so on. If you withhold cancer cures, medicinal marijuana, and you're giving people chemo instead, he's going to shoot you. Everybody that's participating in making the elite able to get away with this, that's who Leon goes after. And sure, if he can get a Rothschild, or big guy up the top, sure, he'll get him. But in the meantime, but they all have clones. But he's going into the facilities where their clones are. Yeah, you get to go into the World Leader Cloning Center labs. That's one level. It's a cloned Obama in there. Maybe I'll throw a Hillary in there. Her clone is failing these days, though, so I don't know. Let's see what else. Clone police. I don't believe in killing police per se. I'm not advocating that. These are all clone police. And I'm not for clones. I definitely wouldn't care for a clone police. And so, have at them as far as I'm concerned. But this game does not advocate killing the police. Let's see, what else? His girl from the future, they've got crazy moves, samurai swords, every kind of weapon. Lord, Leon's got a weapon system. Whew, lightning gun, plasma rifle, and regular arms too. But once he goes to the future and hooks up with Triforce and gets weaponed out, Oh Lord, yeah, he's got everything. He ends up so powerful that we're going to have to make him fight small armies. Well, he and Zahara together, and sometimes on at least one level, Triforce will be in there too, and he's the one that's been giving them weapons. So I mean, he's coming with noise, and at one point, Lazy's character is just beyond security and cops and things. He can take down entire small armies. Um, with the gauntlets and other things, the battle suit and other things that he gets equipped with. And then he's got Sahara, and she's from the future, and she's got advanced. Everything about her is advanced. Start with her body, for real though. So she brings a lot of noise. They start out clearing rooms, but by the time he gets all equipped, they're wiping out installations, taking on entire installations. And that also paves the way for characters and level bosses, special characters with special powers. We've got aliens, reptilians, some other unnamed entities from the bowels of the earth that our government is working with. A lot of Sasquatches in there. You start out fighting with him, but by the end of the game, not by the end of the game, but after a while, they make peace. You know, they're cool with Sasquatch. Come on, you can't be fighting Sasquatch. Sasquatch ran up on them. So, you know, you have to squabble it first. And then on subsequent levels, on at least one of the level, Sasquatch comes in to help them. And it's a surprise at that. You know, we're going to introduce him into the middle of some serious melee fighting. And they'll have some backup. So, let's see. He'll be a playable character you can unlock, you can pay, or you can just play a lot and earn it, or you can watch a couple of short 5 to 15-second videos that pay us, and then we'll unlock certain characters. There are a lot of interesting characters we're going to be building the universe around. And yeah, Sasquatch will be a character. Think of it like Marvel Universe, our super villains. We're going to have super villains. This is a comic book. Lazy is now a comic book hero. I guess maybe I hope I've covered everything about this. It's gonna make a lot of money. What can I say? And other than that, all right, hey, enjoy. Jump in and watch how the game unfold. Find out yourself why the world's so cold. I just ain't your average hero. Blow that thuggish trumpet as I guard my people. It's the way we roll. Daily dose. Excuse me as the lay exposed. Jump in and watch how the game unfold. Find out yourself why the world's so cold. Who am I? The nigga that's next. Talking out your neck. Say